Well, thank you for joining me on this TGIF Foxhole journey. I believe this will conclude everything until further notice. Further notice meaning what mysteries lies in store. Are they going to come back with the resurgence and do their own thing their own way by their own means, all together now as one? I look forward to presenting to this platform, my platform, something different, something new. Like I said, thank you for joining me on this TGIF Foxhole, Claudia Jordan, Al Reynolds, Armand Wiggins, and so on. Drama and unfortunate end, but it could be an end to a new beginning, and I will be here waiting to see what lies on the other side. Do you guys think that TGIF Friday gang, Funky Dineva, Al Reynolds, Claudia Jordan, okay, now parentheses, Armand Wiggins, and also let's throw in T.S. Madison, and perhaps Gary with the T occasionally. Do you think that they should all come together and formulate a plan to get this thing back going again? Not on the Fox Soul platform, not on Fox platform, but on their own circuit. I strongly hope and wish that they all get together and try this again. Someone needs to be a strong, steady guiding light for Armand so he don't continue to lose his way and mess up completely. I really am with Funky when he says he would love to give this another shot. I'm with you guys. Listening to the interview is like, oh my goodness. What would you do if you were in a position like Funky Dineva, when you show someone the ropes, you told him or her what to do, who to look out for, where to go, where not to go, how to move and groove, like the manual, like he said. What would you do if you helped someone along and you gave him or her the playbook on what to do to succeed? It was in your face. Not one book, but two books, behind the scenes and the kind that you use when you're wheeling and dealing amongst your peers. And they fail. Would you want to help someone else out the next time? Would you even want to give that person a second chance again after they completely blew it the first time in reference to missing out on an opportunity? Wow. So, okay, Funky did admit that Claudia Jordan and Al Reynolds had something going on. It's official. They had beef. What could it have been? Because there was a video and I talked about at one point when things were good, I honestly thought Al and Claudia were like really getting to know one another in a way where they were going to consider dating. Because it was like when she was out of town, so was he. And they were out of town at the same places. Claudia wanted to settle down. Al was open to just be open to being in a relationship. And Claudia, you know, she wants a child. And the way they were fluttering around the conversations of settling down and giving love a try and being open to the possibilities. And she said that he was nice, I thought, and he said that Claudia was nice. I actually thought it was going to bloom into something nice. Funky had the hardest time fathoming why in the Hades was it so difficult for the workers to just get along for an hour. It was actually less than an hour, maybe 45 minutes because of the commercials. How come, due to, he said, in-house fighting or troubles or spats, it caused such a rip or division or divide, some angst and anguish in a job that was so simple? I believe they got paid $250,000. So he could not understand for the life of him how could someone not get along and be cordial for less than an hour, working in separate platforms from different locations on the internet feed. Wow. So I saw the interview with Funky Dineva and Carlos King. Do y'all really think that Funky divulged enough information to clearly and concisely give you guys rest and resolution, a peace of mind, and wondering what happened to TGIF Fridays? Do you feel that you can walk away from this interview having completely gotten all of your answers, all the smoke has been cleared, the lines have been drawn? How do you feel after listening to the interview? I think it went well, and it completed this whole series of drama. There should be no more reasons why any of the parties involved should be going back and forth anymore. Funky hit the nail on the head with this interview. Y'all, according to the interview, T.S. Madison was the first pick to be the replacement host for Funky Dineva, not Armand Wiggins. Did y'all hear that? He wasn't first choice, but T.S. was. Okay, so basically Funky said in the interview that Funky basically gave Armand Wiggins the rundown, the full play-by-play, the book of things to know, what to do and not to do, cordially and behind the scenes, on the things that they don't talk about that should be talked about. He had everything he needed during the bout and the running for being the next possible potential contestant for the hosting spot for TGI Fridays, thusly taking Funky Dineva's place. Funky said he gave Armand everything he needed to know. The equipment, the rules of the road, equipment meaning the knowledge, and what to look out for and who to avoid. How could he mess that up? He gave him everything. Okay, so basically Funky said in the interview that Funky basically gave Armand Wiggins the rundown, the full play-by-play, the book of things to know, what to do and not to do, cordially and behind the scenes, on the things that they don't talk about that should be talked about. He had everything he needed during the bout and the running for being the next possible potential contestant for the hosting spot for TGI Fridays, thusly taking Funky Dineva's place. Funky said he gave Armand everything he needed to know. The equipment, the rules of the road, equipment meaning the knowledge, and what to look out for and who to avoid. How could he mess that up? He gave him everything. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out, he said that he needed to be more mature. Funky Dineva said Armand's got what it takes, and Carlos King agrees. These two are both vets in the game. They did more than just YouTube. They agree that Armand Wiggins got what it takes. However, Funky Dineva said if he were to take Armand under his wing, let's say as a brother, a big brother, because naturally Funky Dineva is his elder, he highly and strongly suggests in big bold underlined letters that Armand Wiggins go on and grow up and mature. I'm quite sure he's not the only one who thinks that. I feel the same way, and I actually stated that in one of my videos. I hope that he would mature and not mess up the bag. You guys, did you see the interview with Funky Dineva and Carlos King? Now, Funky Dineva said in one of his videos, I think the one that's currently marked 4 days ago, he said he did an interview and he talked lightly about it. He said Carlos King did a good job. He was a good interviewer. And here we are today. It went on air live and in full effect. It was good. Funky talked about on the Carlos King platform basically the meat and potatoes of what happened behind the scenes and what caused the rift for the TGIF Friday thing to become undone. I like how he ended it on a positive note. Spoiler alert, kinda, that he said he would love, given the opportunity, for all of them to get together and do it again on another platform, some way, shape, or form. Shout out to Carlos King. I'm glad you got the interview with Funky Dineva to set all this straight and to let us get to know him some more. Bye. So Funky Dineva think Armand Wiggins has up next for, the upcoming YouTuber, but he also gave some sound advice that many of us could agree with. What do you think it is?